Okay, so I'm currently working out, as you can tell. Dang. So this has been on my mind since I started fitness, but I think I never addressed it. And I think it's important to address it because I might actually fix this problem for myself and for other men. So the question is, why do us men in general skip legs? And for me, these last few years, I've skipped legs. Before that, I used to actually do more legs than upper body. I ran track, I did basketball, so most of my workout was orientated around explosion on your legs, strong hamstrings, explosive glutes, everything, Sprinter legs. You're not gonna have chicken legs when you do track. You're just not, if you're a sprinter. But ever since I got out of doing those sports, I transitioned into calisthenics. And as you know, as a calisthenics athlete, most of the time, the best calisthenics athletes have a way more impressive upper body than they do lower body. Now, why is that? So for one reason is you could advance more in your upper body. There's a higher ceiling to achieve in your upper body than your lower body when it comes to calisthenics. For example, you go from assisted pull-ups to archer pull-ups, typewriters, high pull-ups, muscle-ups into a handstand, muscle-up handstand dip, muscle-up handstand one-handed press. You name it, there's always another level. But with legs, you go from an air squat to an explosive air squat jump and to a pistol squat to maybe a backflip with one leg. But there's a lot of risk, and there's a lot of time you need to put into that to practice and develop that skill. What I'm saying is, it's more rewarding to learn the skills that involve the upper body than it is the lower body, because developing the skills of the upper body can get you much more benefits than the lower body in terms of just like social interaction. You get a nice chest and some cool abs, some decent arms, whatever. You're gonna get chicks. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna attract more people. You're gonna get privilege, good-looking people privilege. You're gonna get all of it. But with legs, you can always cover up your legs, so it's not really a big deal. The only time your legs are privileged is when it comes to sports. So if you're going on the route of sports, train your legs first, then your upper body. If you're just gonna go for social dominance and social, elevation, like elevate your social status, it's all your upper body. Your legs just don't slack, but primarily upper body. Now, let me get back to the point. I think men skip legs is due to the fact of our own stereotypes of what it means to be a man. So, if you grew up with a father, my father had farmer strength. He grew up on a farm, so he had the strongest forearms, the strong, like, rock hard biceps. Everything about him, like, you touched him, it was dense as steel, and he had ridiculous strength. I don't even have his strength yet, and I train and he doesn't. So it goes to show you. But for legs, he had strong legs, but I just never saw the feats of his legs. So most of us, we're trying to be like our dad. We're trying to be like a real man. We strive for strength in our upper body. And when it comes to attracting the opposite sex, if you're heterosexual in general, you're gonna want a good looking upper body, because people are gonna look at your face, and then they're gonna look at what holds your face, which is your upper body. And if it's dominant, overwhelming, boom, you win. But your legs, you can camouflage them, you can do anything, and it will compensate. You can compensate for your legs. Now, that gives no excuse on why we shouldn't train legs. So now I'm gonna give you a reason why we need to train legs. It is our longevity of life. You see, the this is just bullshit I'm just gonna talk about, but this is what I think. A lot of our blood, our power comes from our core and our hips. And how do we move? Our hips transfer that power through our legs to move. So if we have a stronger core, or like we're transferring more energy or use that part of our body more, ultimately we'll use our legs more, and as long as we move, we will keep on living. The more you walk, the more blood you get to your brain. So that's better for you in the long term. Another reason why you need to train legs is when you're an old man, you can actually do shit for yourself, and you don't need to be put in the banner health or urgent care elderly, I don't know what the hell it's called, because retirement homes. You don't need that, because if you have strong legs, you're most likely going to have a strong lower back, a strong core. So that's why you need to train legs. Secondly, if you have great legs, you are most likely able to sprint fast, move side to side good, jump. Also, it boosts your aesthetics of your body. Man, I just looked at a video, and I'm gonna put it right here, of me looking at my legs, and it was one of the most coolest but disappointing things of my life. My legs used to be so good during basketball and track season. They were defined, and not only defined and aesthetic, but they were powerful. And my upper body was proportional to those legs. Now, it feels like I'm a boulder up top, barely dangling on the edge of my life with these little Tootsie Pop, lollipop legs. Or like those ones that you get in like in a box and you just like crunch off those. The ones at the Cinemark movie theaters, those things, those straws, and you just bite them. That's what I feel like. And I cannot stand for that. And as men, we need to change the movement. We need to redefine what being a man is. And it's not just by having a sick upper body. It's by how powerful are we through our hips, right? How high can we jump? How far can we reach? The foundation of everything is by moving. We move places. We travel using our legs. We move across the world. Everything in human history started with a step. And the step on becoming a real man is by training your freaking legs. So I'm making an oath to myself, and if you're watching this video, make an oath to yourself, even if you're a girl. But most importantly, man, just train your legs. It's gonna change your life. I know it. It changed mine when I was an athlete back in the day, and I know it'll change it again, make it much better once I catch up. Once my lower body catches up to upper body, I'll be unstoppable, unbeatable.